Notices under GST are flying thick and thin across the country. We are going to discuss a few of these notices and how to reply to them. First notice is for difference between ITC claimed as per GSTR 3B and ITC available as per GSTR 2A. Now, such notices should come only in ASMT 10 under section 61, which is scrutiny of returns. However, many a times we see that such notices are not coming under the authority of any section. We will discuss a 10-point reply to such notices. First and foremost, one has to recognize the receipt of these notices, and one has to specifically state that we recognize the receipt of this notice under section nil, read with rule nil. Now, second objection or second reply would be that notwithstanding anything which is replied in that notice, the GSTR 2A itself is not without errors. As you would see, in the month of July and August, there are certain invoices which appear twice in GSTR 2A, and the same has been brought to the notice of CBIC and GST network. In case certain invoices are appearing twice, what is the guarantee that certain invoices would not appear at all? So, notwithstanding on any reasons given in the notice, first and foremost, GST network has to give an assurance that GSTR 2A is actually sacrosanct and can be relied on. The third ground would be that the ITC can be deferred due to various reasons, like certain imports. In case of imports, whatever ITC you receive, that is not reflected in GSTR 2A. In case receipt of from SEZ, they are not reflected in GSTR 2A. Ineligible ITC, which is not claimed by the SSC under 17(5) of CGST Act, the effect of that is not many a times given in these notices. There may be a timing gap, that is, the supplier may have supplied on say 30th of April and the recipient might have received the goods on 1st of May. In that case, then the recipient would recognize the ITC in the month of May, whereas the supplier would have filed it in and GSTR 2A of the recipient, it would reflect in the month of April. Such differences can be there. These are called timing gaps. There may be certain delayed compliances on the part of the supplier. He may not have filed the returns, may have filed wrong returns, may have not paid his tax correctly. So all of this would result in non-reflection of the GSTR 2A of the recipient. Now, as per rule section 42 subsection 3 of the CGST Act, that casts a liability or responsibility on the department to inquire from both the supplier as well as the recipient as to what is the difference on the mismatch, and only in case where the supplier is not traceable or the supplier is fraudulent, then only can the department come to the recipient. These are exceptional circumstances under which the department can deny ITC of the recipient when the supplier is actually evading the tax. Finally, it has to be prayed that one is a compliant citizen of the country, complying with all the tax laws, but such kind of notices actually overburden these kind of compliant corporate citizens, and the department should not overburden, especially when the last year has been total turmoil in the business due to implementation of the instant GST Act. Now, one of the departments in one of the states went overboard. They issued a show cause notice under DRC 1. Now, interestingly, we come to this show cause notice. Interestingly, he has issued the DRC 01 under section 73.3 and 74.3. However, the DRC 1 can be issued only under 73.1 and 74.1 or 76.2. Therefore, such ground has to be taken in when you are replying to DRC 01 in form DRC 06. Interestingly, in that same notice, the department relied upon section 132(1)(e) for evasion of taxes. With such a section can be mechanically invoked by the department. However, to invoke any section for evasion of tax or for a future prosecution or penalty in case of evasion of tax has to be only when the department has got reason to believe. Mind that reason to believe is not a reason to suspect. Reason to suspect can happen when there are no evidences and one goes to find evidences. But reason to believe would mean that evidences are available, and to corroborate those evidences, one is issuing such kind of notices. The department should use such notices only and only as the last resort. The same has been clarified in the CBEC's flyer also. There are other kinds of notices which are flowing across the country. One such kind of notice is where the ITC utilization is alleged to be more than 95% and reasons are sought. Now, mainly these are issued to companies which are traders. And in trading, it is very simple. Most of these traders, for them, 95% is the COGS. If 95% is the COGS, then naturally the cost of the purchase itself is almost 95%, and hence the ITC utilization in any case has to be more than 95%. Second is, over and above the COGS, the indirect tax expenses. For all of such expenses, ITC is available in GST, like printing and stationery, like civil work in case of movable properties. Hence, the ITC utilization has to be more than 95% in these cases. Last, for 17-18, there are transitional credits, which sometimes takes the ITC at more than 95%. So all of these grounds must be taken while replying to these kind of notices. Another kind of notice is the difference between GSTR 3B and GSTR 1. Many a times it is seen that the effect of credit notes has not been taken by the department in GSTR 1 because the software of the department does not take into account the effect of the credit notes. One has to see whether this has been the case or not, and reply can be made on the said ground. Also, one has to reconcile whether all the items as per the trial balance are matching with the GSTR 1 and 3B. In case there is an actual difference, then yes, the same must be paid and department must be replied along with the payment of interest. So, one has to deal with each and every notice on the merits of these notice, and each and every provision of the law should be seen before replying to the notice. It is a new law and it is possible that the department is also discovering the various facets of the law, and we must ensure that we also go along with the flow. Thank you very much.